Hello, good people, and welcome to Finex Skills Hub. Here, we learn, we connect, and we grow. Well, in the era of AI, it is very easy now to get insights from your data. What we want to do in this video is to see if Gemini, Google's generative AI tool, can be able to explore data with us, get insights, use calculations, and ultimately create an interactive dashboard, similar to how we do it in Power BI. So if you're game, join me and let's get started. So we start off with this sample Power BI report. Well, before AI came in, we were able to create some of these reports using Power BI. We still can. Power BI is still useful, and I'm sure if you combine it with Gemini Copilot, you can be able to achieve more. So this is a simple sales report. We are able to slice by year 2018-2019. It tells us our revenue, our total cost, our profits. It also tells us our top customer for each branch. Okay, so in Power BI, the visuals allow us to also interact with our calculations, and most importantly, we are able to see our profit margin. Right. If you want to add extra layers, this can also be taken to the tree map where we can see what is really driving our revenue or profit, right? So the data that we use to create this report, we want to feed that same data to Gemini. Let's see if it's able to analyze, get the same insights, create our measures, and then we'll prompt it to create an interactive dashboard, and then we'll see what it comes up with. But before we do that, I'm going to show you what I did earlier so that you get a sense of where this is going. So this is the Gemini version, right? So you can see the metrics are similar. So we have total revenue, we have total cost, total profit, profit margin. It also added average delivery 2.8 days. Okay, our year slices are also here. So you can see that it interacts as it should. I can go back and select all. Then I can also interact by region. Okay. Now, because this is AI driven, the advantage here is that it's able to put some narrative around the key insights that we want to take away. So I prompted it to ensure that management is able to pick the product that they should focus on as part of the analysis. So here it gives us some insight on the products that we need to focus on. Okay. Plus some strategic directives, right? So this is an interactive dashboard. It can be shared. Okay, it is created within Gemini. Now let's go and see how we created this. So this is the data we are going to feed Gemini. This is what we call a denormalized data. Everything here is put together. All the columns are present. So we have our order date, delivery mode, the customer details, and all that, right? Before you start analyzing your data, as a data analyst, you need to make sense of the data. So that first stage is what we call exploratory data analysis. So that in the end, if the AI tool gives you something that is not related, you are able to spot it. So you work with the AI and then ensure that you are able to create something that is insightful. So that is why we'll begin the prompt with an exploratory data analysis to ensure we are on the same page. Then we go to our calculations, then we prompt it to give us the dashboard. Right, so I'll come to Gemini. I'll start a new chart. Okay, so this is using Gemini 3, the current default model. So I'll come here and I'm going to upload the file, right? So I'll come and upload this denormalized data. So I'm going to give it a simple prompt that please analyze this data and share some insights with me. Okay, so that is the prompt you are going to give it. And let's see, I expect some randomness. Sometimes it's consistent, but the approach can vary. In some cases, it may use Python. It will give you two options to choose which one you prefer. There are cases where it goes direct and then gives you the key insights. But whatever it is, we'll follow up with subsequent prompts and then get to our insights. So you can see here that it begins with visualization straight up. using some Python codes, right? These are Python charts. Okay, so it gives us these charts for starters. Okay, and then it now goes on to give us some key insights from the analysis. So these are the takeaway from the analysis of the data set. Here's a summary of the key insights. Total sales is 6.5. Total sales is 6.5. Total profit, average profit, orders and all that, okay, are here. Now, this step is important because it ensures that you are able to get the key takeaway at a glance, right? This is the process we call exploratory data analysis, right? Now, what I'm going to follow up, because it's already done some of the measures already, I'm going to straight up ask it to create that interactive dashboard, okay? Now, before you do that, you need to use the Canvas tool, right? This makes it deploy the coding environment using React. So it's able to now use the Python code and then use React to create that interactive dashboard for you. So I'll engage Canvas and I'll ask it that based on the above, okay, please create an interactive dashboard with the key elements above. Right. Now, you can be a bit more specific with the design, okay? So if you like, you can be a bit more detailed, right? So based on the above insights and calculations, please create an interactive dashboard with the following: total revenue, total cost, total profit, profit margin, monthly sales trend chart. I want to be a bit more specific. Step line chart with markers, average delivery time. I'm also asking it to include slicers that can make me filter cars by year, right? Now, I also want it to add the takeaway for management. Which product management should focus on? I've added that. This is a very important addition. Usually when it's building the dashboard, it takes sample data. So I've included an extra line in the prompt that says that it should ensure that the dashboard elements match the calculations and the full data sets. Okay. So with Canvas activated, let's see what we get. So I'll commit this. What I expect it to do is it's going to open a pane where it's going to build this from scratch. We are able to preview and then we'll test and then see if it meets the requirement. So as I mentioned, it's going to use React. You can see that your code is showing to the right. Okay, so if you are code inclined, you are able to follow the build-up. Okay, so once it's done, we are able to see a preview and then we'll test. The good thing about this is that you can follow up with subsequent prompts if you want it to make modifications. Okay, so this is what it is doing. So now we have our full dashboard. Okay, so this is our full dashboard, right? Because of the display, we have a linear view. Okay, so we have our years here and then we have our regions here. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select this link and then click on share. Okay, and then I'm going to copy this. Then I want to open it in full view. So I'm going to paste this here so that we are able to analyze, right? So this is our full dashboard, as you can see, right? I haven't really checked the numbers, but the idea is that it was able to get what we wanted, at least most of it present here. So our cards, our cost, our total profit, our profit margin, the monthly sales trend, okay, as you can see, average delivery time is 2.9 days. Management focus is also here. Well, at least it gives us something that we can work with. But as usual, with AI tools, you need to ensure that the numbers and the calculations are correct. And that is why it's helpful to also have a parallel system, in this case, Power BI, to be able to compare the measures. But this is positive, at least if you just want to get quick insights into your data or even get inspiration for your design. This is how you can use Gemini to, if you like, simulate the process, right? I mentioned that if you want further and better modifications, while the Canvas tool is active, you can go ahead and then prompt it to refine certain aspects for you, right? In this age, I believe that data analytics and AI skills are very important, especially if you're a knowledge worker. So if you are game, I'd like to invite you to our upcoming Data and AI workshop. It's a practical workshop session where we deep dive into how to build insightful dashboards and reports using data analytics with Excel, with Power BI, and for our current session using Gemini. There's more that Gemini can do. So if you are game, go to our website or use this link to join us in our upcoming session. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.
If this video was helpful and you would like to receive more of these videos directly on your WhatsApp, you can send ad to this WhatsApp number. We'll add you to our broadcast list so you receive our videos directly. You can also visit our YouTube channel, Finex Skills Hub. All our old videos are here. Please subscribe for notification of new videos or connect with us on any of these social media handles. Thank you so much for watching.